channel. Today we're going to be spicing things up a little bit, and we're not going to be having a regular conversation around a particular thing per se. We're just going to talk about something I saw on social media. So I'll just jump right into it, much ado, and then I'll explain what I mean as we go. So I came across a post. I'm going to be looking down because I'm reading through my phone. Um, I'm reading the post with my phone. Okay, so I came across the post today, and it goes like, "Good morning, ma. I need your advice. I just got married a few weeks ago, and yesterday, a female friend of my husband chatted him up. She said she needs our help and asked if we could accommodate her for about a week because her exam center is very close to our house. I don't even know this girl in person. My husband hasn't told me about it yet, but I saw his chat with her." Okay. Um, I'm going to pause the post itself and now read the comment because this particular comment was what got me thinking. Other people were giving her own, giving advice to the poster. It's obviously a female. But then there's this particular one that caught me. The woman said, "And stop checking your husband's phone." Okay. How how is that relevant to the conversation? I really just want to know, like, somebody said that she just got married a few weeks ago, and a female who is neither the relative of her husband nor herself, who she does not even know in person, is requesting her husband to accommodate her in his brand new matrimonial home. And the only thing someone could think of was to say, "Chris, taking his phone." You know, I know, like, it's 2024, yeah? And hey, it's almost 2025. We shouldn't be having this kind of conversations. What do you mean, stop checking his phone? Is it classified CIA material? I don't understand. The women who say these things, I know you think you sound mature, and I know you think you sound like, "I don't give a, I don't give a flying F, I'm too cool. I'm way too cool to be losing my cool." I know you think you sound like you be Ogulogun, but actually, you actually, it's actually the opposite of it in reality. Let's unpack that. What I mean is, let's start from the first thing. Why will you say your husband's phone is private to him, but you see the inner of his innermost? In fact, if I may, you play with it. It enters the innermost of your own innermost. But his phone, the parts that are considered private, are not private to the both of you. But a device that anybody can see him holding is so sacred. And he does not work with CIA. I don't understand. Because this is me trying to wrap my head around it. I will never understand the women who think like this. This particular lady went further to say that where some people were bashing her, and she went further to say, "Oh, that if for you to be snooping around, it means that there's already issues in the marriage. How did our mother set know that their husbands were cheating without phones?" And she really thought she was making sense. So we are in a digital age where we now have something called phones, and you want me to continue to pretend that there are no phones, there is no technology, and there are no means by which my husband could potentially be talking to somebody he shouldn't be talking to. By the way, why do we call it snooping? Why do you think looking at your husband's phone, your husband's property, is snooping? I beg to disagree. Snooping is when you're looking through things that do not belong to you, right? Snooping is when you're probing into matters that do not concern you. By virtue of marriage, two have already become one. What are we talking about? He is you, you are him. His phone, your phone. Can you snoop through your phone? So what are we talking about? I put it to you that you who thinks not looking at, I mean, you can look at his innermost of the innermost, but you can't look at his WhatsApp message. No, 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 no. That's the problem. You are living in denial. You know that there's a big problem in that marriage. But I mean, you don't want to face it. You want to pretend that you trust him. If you trust him, if he's sure for you, open the message and read it. It can't be that deep. Just as you're scrolling through casually through his phone, open the WhatsApp message now. It can. What is there? If you open it with the word explode, there is the problem. That therein lies the problem. You are living in denial because you know that there will be something that will break your heart. That is the problem in your marriage. If not, you would it would you if you pick up his phone, you're not going to be looking to see. Sometimes you can be bored, right? And you just want to see what's even happening on this man's WhatsApp status. It's supposed to be normal, except in your marriage, where people are in a secret court and you guys belong to separate covens, because that's what's going on here. Anyway, continue to live in your ignorance because I will be the one to break it to you that ignorance is no longer bliss. Many of those women you're talking about who they in your mother's set, I don't know which mother set, in your mother's set they were living in ignorance and they didn't know love. Do you know many of them on a low we are dealing with HIV and other STD? HIV is real. Oh. Better sorry. Better what? Better you hurt than to be sorry that you did not know. You better know. And you're not checking to find out, I know this man, I know he's doing something. No, you should naturally have access to. You should be able to look at those messages with a cleaner. We should have, if you're married to somebody who does not allow you to touch his phone, that's not your husband. That's your father. You married your father. Because even children have access to their father's phones. You married your slave master. There's no other way to put it because what did he tell you? How did he brainwash you into accepting that position? Anyway, so every malam is kept. But it will be better, it will be better, I know, that I'm heading towards danger than to be already in danger that could have been prevented, only to realize that, oh, I could have saved myself from this mess if not that I was trusting blindly. I'm not saying that there is no place for trust, but the evidence of that trust is the transparency. Do you get? If there's no transparency, therein lies your problem. You have your answer. And then I'm just going to quickly go back to the person who, in as much as I don't know how the husband of this person reacted to the request, and I'd like to believe that he declined, obviously, and declined with a very stern warning that such a thing should never be repeated again. Why will you, first of all, even if you're related to them, why will you be boxing his court with a newly married couple? Is it that? See, anyway, it's the nerves of the side chicks anyway. It is the nerves of the side chicks. It really depends on the man, like I said, how he decides to respond, and I hope he responds appropriately. I hope he knows the sensible thing to say to such a person. And as for the person asking for advice, some people said, "Oh, you shouldn't confront your husband given the way you found out about." I know that. Help me. Help me. I found out about it's our phone. Hello, our finances, our body, our children. What's the difference with our phone? Our means of communication. Hello. Or is there do some people when they were buying their own phones, did they enter into secret courts? I don't understand. You should confront your husband. Yes, because he's your husband and he's accountable to you. I'm not saying you should go and fight your husband and say, "Hey, who is that girl?" But you should ask him because you have a right to know who's coming into your house or who has the nerves. A female, oh my goodness, has the nerves to ask your husband. And I mean, if they allow her, she will come. She will really come. Um, Confront your husband. I think you should confront your husband. I think you should discuss with your husband. I think you should have some form of, explanation as to why the person can even ask him, was this lady sleeping in his house before you guys got married? And in what capacity was she sleeping in the house? What kind of relationship did they have? Did they have a sexual or intimate relationship before you got married to your husband? And at what point does he intend to terminate such relationships? I hope with these few points of mine, I have been able to convince you and not to confuse you that there is nothing private about your husband's phone. Thank you. Until I come your way next time, like my video, share, and subscribe. Bye.